Are we nearing the end of Ice Poseidon's career? The Reddit sure seems to think so. The Ice Poseidon that we've seen over the last year, and increasingly so in the last several months, is not the Ice Poseidon of old.
And when I actually get to California, it's going to be a lot different because there's going to be actually a lot of stuff to do. Basically, what I'm doing here in Florida right now is wake up, do nothing, do some chores, go to sleep. That's my schedule right now, so when I actually move to California, it'll be a lot different. When I get to California, there's going to be a lot of things going on, there's going to be a lot of people to talk to, and a lot of a lot of good opportunities that can happen over there in California as well. I don't feel it anymore. I just don't feel it, dude. I have to stop. I mean, I can't, like, I'm literally going live at 8:59. Like, that's bad. Like, I'm literally pushing, like, procrastinating and pushing myself to not stream, and it's, like, not good. And I'd rather just take the fucking L. Like, it's just, like, not good. Like, I don't like streaming. It's
a whole new world full of leeches and chasers of clout. Our beloved autist has been molded and shaped by the society that he's thrown himself into, and the end of his streaming career is being fantasized about on Reddit more and more.
Elevator in the KFC? Why the fuck? What kind of ghetto elevator?
Today we're having a look back into the world of Ice Poseidon and his rogue Reddit with a somber live stream of very few words 2 days ago. He has now declared that he's all funked up and not ready to return to streaming. So let's have a look at all of these recent developments. Welcome back to another video looking at the social phenomenon here on YouTube. Thank you for spending a few moments of your day with me to investigate what's really going on with Ice Poseidon and his community that has all but given up on him. For those unfamiliar, a quick recap of what's going on. The Reddit is in full riot mode after all of Ice Poseidon's lies and discretions over the last years caught up with him. The toxicity that's bred on his subreddit, as well as being surrounded by people that are only out to get something from him while offering him very little, has led to a very depressed and a very unhappy shekel goblin.
Good luck, Voldesad. Good luck, Hyphonics. And good luck to everyone else on the CX network. Because I'm missing something, and it needs to be fixed. So, I'm not ready yet. Goodbye. I love you.
Crying stream incoming, by the way.
It doesn't make me happy, dude. There's not happiness in money, dude.
Not so fast though. Although in the same category as a crying stream, Ice went live 2 days ago for just under 18 minutes, giving us 18 solid minutes of original Harvey J content. Out of those 18 minutes, he spoke for maybe a total of 5, with the rest being silent, dead-eye stares at anything but the camera. In the video, he basically says that he's not right in the head and isn't ready to come back to streaming. He doesn't know what's missing, but at the end, he wishes Voldesad and Hyphonics good luck. Voldesad has been streaming now for I think 7 days straight, doing a CX radio show throughout the majority of the day, while Hyphonics has had a great deal of success in the last 2 weeks, given that the Reddit seems to be content starved, and HX is now being called the new CX. Later on that same evening, Pepper Andy gets on the phone with Keemstar to discuss what's going on with Paul and Bait TTS, eventually getting Ice to join the conversation.
Hi, Ice.
Hello?
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, what's up, dude?
Talking about all your problems without you here. But I'm glad that you're here. So what's actually going on, dude?
which led to a ton of beta TTS, obviously. Although in that same conversation, Ice expresses that he's sick of everyone telling him what to do and how he should act, which is essentially what Pepper, Andy, and Keemstar are doing in that conversation. Keemstar suggests that Paul goes on an extended vacation, and Sam says he needs to disconnect from the Reddit. No shit, nobody could function with that level of codependency on your Reddit. Paul checks it all day, every day, and derives much of his self-worth and his inflated ego from this Reddit. So when they're toxic to him, and deservedly so, it has a dramatic impact on his mental health. You have a community full of the biggest trolls on the internet, and they love to trigger. That is a big part of what your brand is based on. You must accept that fact, and also subsequently accept the fact that your subreddit may never get unquarantined. Reddit's hosting an IPO in 2020, and they're going to want to be really advertiser friendly. Most of the Reddits that are in quarantine right now, it can largely be speculated, will not ever be unquarantined based out of fear for what the investors might think. That's just a cold hard fact of where the internet is headed in 2019. More SJW focused and advertiser friendly content, of which Paul Denino's community is built off the exact opposite of that. A once wise Paul Denino said himself, imagine taking the Reddit seriously.
Hold on. Imagine being so fucking mad that about what somebody says on a fucking live stream, dude, and taking it to heart and taking it extremely seriously. Imagine that, dude. Like, bro, get the fuck over it.
Because I'm missing something and it needs to be fixed. So, I'm not ready yet. Goodbye. I love you.
To fully understand what Ice Poseidon is going through and where his community stands, and what that might all mean for the future, you have to understand why Ice Poseidon went to LA in the first place.
Right now, what I'm doing is I'm attempting to move to California. Yeah, California. I know that's a big fucking difference than here in Florida, but I'm moving to California, and when I actually start the moving process of getting over there, and actually getting to California, being in California, etc., that's when the videos will start to flow out.
And how his lifestyle came to be this decrepit, chaotic mess that is a 5-day-a-week stream that your life revolves around 24/7 when you aren't live. It all boils down to content. He moved to LA to pursue content and to give the community the much needed IRL content that they wanted and deserved. His move to LA has long been speculated on Reddit as one of the key turning points in the career of Ice Poseidon. Many stronger than him have ventured towards Los Angeles and fallen victim to the SoCal lifestyle, let alone the lifestyle that Paul has of a glorified homeless shelter. As I've already mentioned, his brand of content is trolling, triggering type content. He exploits many of the same human conditions that reality TV chooses to exploit, simply because the drama is fascinating to those on the outside. Ice Poseidon has carved out his very own niche, but seems to be falling victim to the beast that he's created and what he's allowed his community to become. Using people for content is what he has done so well in the past, and it is what largely has allowed him to grow into this egotistical, depressed Andy. So in exploiting mental health and the human condition and all of its unique characteristics, he's encouraged anyone and everyone to come by, because he would find some way to showcase their unique human condition. I know that sounds very philosophical, and that's not the way it is, but at its core belief, it's interesting because it's the human condition, and it is in large part a product of our modern environment, showcased for you in a way that makes you appreciate that you didn't become that. This has of course led to an evolution of sorts with both Paul's on-stream persona and his off-stream life, as work and play began to blend more and more. Paul, throughout this entire process, started living for the stream and relying on Reddit for his mental stability and that boost of ego. Everything he did off stream and during his off times were in some way to support a stream, whether he's nursing some of the Andys on his porch in order to further exploit them that night or later on that week, or he's nursing other Andy relationships and other homeless relationships with people so that he can eventually use them on stream. It's a constant war between what do you offer offering me versus what I can offer you. And Paul is always on the losing end, giving out way more than he actually takes because he keeps these people around and nurses these relationships in order to exploit them for a couple of hours. And then when the stream gets turned off, nobody leaves, everybody stays, and he has to maintain these relationships in whatever way he needs to in order to further exploit them. Of course, it all boils down to money, really, in the end. That's why he continues to want to pursue IRL content, because there's an endless amount of crazy people out there that he can exploit. And that's also what Reddit is speculating why this streamer house was such a big thing, because he could not really do very much. He would just bring all those people together, put them on the network, and then based off everyone's various contracts and the investors, he would be the CEO and therefore not really have to do very much. He wouldn't have to go get the content. He wouldn't have to think up the content himself because the content would already be there. It's a win-win. But at this point, it's anyone's guess as if we will even make it to a streamer house. And if he does make it to a streamer house, which streamer house? Is it these investors, or is it just one that he's coming up with? And what difference is that from his current situation? He's putting up with all these people around him that he really doesn't like and are only using him so he can get value out of them via streaming. Aside from the obvious scrutiny and 24/7 toxicity that is the Reddit, especially from Paul's perspective, because let's be frank, the Reddit's toxic AF. Paul has leeches and other Andes who have uniquely been bred to act this way in Los Angeles, always at his throat looking to gain something. That is, after all, his entire brand of content. And this troll community that he's worked so hard to build could very well be the cause of his downfall. He's unable to cope mentally with the Reddit accusations and toxicity. He's unable to function in his daily life and his off-stream time because he's surrounded by so many things that he has developed to be a part of his stream and are quite frankly an integral part of his stream, so he's really in a tough position. Plus there's a ton of other miscellaneous issues. He has incredibly poor money management and he needs so much more business oversight. He could have a very successful merchandise line right now and he could be further investing into the stream. I mean, even Dead End Job Andy has a much better streaming setup than Paul.
Because I got the wireless mics on. I have the...
You have a wireless mic on?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. How long you probably had to practice with that to see if it worked, right?
Yeah, so I use...
Stream?
Yeah, so I mean, here's the whole setup right here. This is what we got. We got the modem right here. We got two modems right here. And then we got the live view, the battery, and everything inside here. What 7,000 bit rate. We're doing pretty good. We're just...
And seems to have bigger long-term aspirations for what he can do with IRL live streaming. Paul used to think that way, but now it seems to just be a day-to-day content struggle. Ice Poseidon needs to just listen to himself and likely get some away time. Seek counseling to separate this codependence with his community on his self-worth and his motivation, and hopefully maintain his streaming career throughout that entire process. It's obvious though, Paul is burnt out. It's obvious he's very dissented with his current lifestyle. He needs some of the radical change that the Reddit has been suggesting for months to get out of LA, start fresh somewhere else. There's been a lot of positive suggestions that have come out of the toxicity over the last few months, none of which have actually been listened to. He needs to separate his on-stream persona from his off-stream persona and actually pursue some other things than sleep and maintaining these relationships for the stream when he's off-stream. He quote-unquote made it well over a year ago. He was pulling 20k viewers on New Year's Eve back in New York. He could have taken this community anywhere he wanted, but instead he chose to forge on under false pretenses in a place that neither he nor the Reddit likely wants to be. He needs to ground himself and reflect on what he actually values in life and then try to execute on that plan. I don't think it's over for Ice Poseidon, however. The community has been in outright revolt before, although I haven't seen it quite this bad. That's not to say he can't make a comeback stream. Although compare his comeback stream to someone like T1 or Dr. Disrespect, who if you asked me, Ice Poseidon would consider himself on the same level of streamer as those guys. Their comeback stream pulled 6 figures. Paul has yet to do that and won't do that with any comeback. So that does tell you that although he had all the same opportunities and he could have done what they've done, he is yet to do so. He still, however, has a very strong community, has a strong fan base, and has a ton of members that still will likely support him whenever he does choose to come back. It's going to take active steps from no one else but Ice Poseidon himself. And the future really at this point is unknown. The Reddit can fantasize all they want, want, but Paul does intend to come back to streaming as far as his last stream indicated.
I'm not ready yet.
But who knows how long he'll be off for, and who knows what the condition of his community will be like when he comes back. In the meantime, what Ice has built with his CX network is a home base for his community. Hyphonics has been bolstered up during this content drought and has been executing very energetic and engaging streams. Voldesad has taken up a radio show and has streamed now for 7 days straight, pulling well over 1,000 viewers consistently. And all the other streamers continue on their grind, despite the Reddit hate that they might get, EBZ, TSA, etc. Gary the producer has recently been pulling a lot more viewers and giving his viewers IRL content, and in doing so generally getting a lot of support. There still are gems within the Ice Poseidon community and the CX network, some of which could likely extend beyond the expiry date of Ice Poseidon and his community. So get your free entertainment with them. I will leave a link in the description below for Voldesad's and Hyphonics' channel, as well as the iceposeidon.com website, so you can check out any of the other streamers. It's really a wild world in Los Angeles, and other streamers, big and small, have watched Ice Poseidon and what he's doing along with his community with fear and awe. No one else has quite done it like Paul Denino did.
Why do you keep throwing up your arms and joyful up your mouth randomly? Like you're trying to catch a flying dick in your mouth or something? If you're autistic, I apologize. If not, fucking stop.
What are you talking about, dude? What are you talking about? Alright, dude, what do I think? A fun thing to think about during mediocre sex? Fucking Enzo Denino, bro. Better than my dog. I mean, shit, I had to pick Enzo Denino.
It's absolutely fascinating stuff, and in my opinion, a look into the real human condition, specifically the product of our modern environment, that being Los Angeles. So I'm going to continue to watch not only Ice Poseidon and his community, but all of the various YouTube phenomena that's happening here on YouTube, and I'll do my best to capture those moments and comment on them. If you enjoyed this video or any of my other videos, make sure to show your support by liking and subscribing. You can turn on post notifications so you get notified every time I upload a video. Right now the schedule is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings. Let me know in the comments what you think about anything that I've talked about, or where you think Ice Poseidon's career and community are headed. Is Ice done for? His Reddit's probably never coming out of quarantine, so that's going to be a big blow if it does eventually get killed off. This is due to Reddit launching an IPO in 2020 and in all likelihood looking to tighten up their rules and what gets shown on their website in order to be advertiser and corporate friendly, of which the Ice Poseidon community does not jive with. His entire brand might cause him to lose the subreddit, which is a topic that I do plan on covering in a future video. Let me know if that's a video you'd like to see. Thank you once again for spending a few moments of your day with me. My name is Landon, and I will see you all on Wednesday.